Sienna froze under the steaming water as the bathroom door swung open without a knock, her best friend Lorelai standing there wide-eyed, towel in hand, clearly mistaking the occupied space for empty. In that split second of exposed vulnerability, something shifted. A spark of unspoken tension that had simmered for years ignited into a flame neither could ignore. What started as an awkward apology spiraled into a confession that would upend their lives, forcing Sienna to confront desires she buried deep under layers of societal expectations and family loyalty. The water cascaded over Sienna's skin, a temporary shield from the chaos of her thoughts. At 28, she had built a life that looked perfect on paper. A stable job as a graphic designer in bustling Seattle, a circle of friends who envied her easy confidence, and a family back in conservative suburban Chicago that still called every Sunday to check if she'd found the one. But beneath it all, doubts gnawed at her. Why did dates with men always feel like performances? Why did her heart race only when Lorelai laughed at her jokes or brushed against her arm during movie nights? Lorelai's intrusion shattered the solitude. "Oh God, Sienna. I thought you were out running errands." Lorelai stammered, her cheeks flushing as she averted her eyes, but not before a lingering glance that sent a jolt through Sienna. The air thickened with unspoken words. Sienna grabbed a towel, wrapping it around herself, her mind racing. This wasn't just embarrassment. It was revelation. For years their friendship had been her anchor. Late-night talks about dreams, shared secrets over coffee. The way Lorelai's presence made the world feel less lonely. But now in this humid bathroom, Sienna saw it clearly. She was in love with her best friend. They stood there, the steam fogging the mirror, mirroring the confusion in their minds. Lorelai, 27, with her sharp wit and unyielding independence, had always been the one to challenge norms. Raised in a progressive Portland family, she worked as a social worker, fighting for marginalized voices, yet she too harbored secrets. Her relationships with women had been fleeting, hidden from even her closest confidant, Sienna, out of fear it might change everything. I should go," Lorelai muttered, but her feet didn't move. Sienna's heart pounded. Should she laugh it off? Pretend it was nothing? But the truth clawed at her throat. "Lorelai, wait. Have you ever felt more than friendship for me?" The question hung heavy, a grenade pin pulled. Lorelai's eyes met Sienna's, vulnerability cracking her usual composure. "Every day," she whispered. "But I couldn't risk losing you." In that moment they crossed the line. A tentative hug turned into a kiss, soft and exploratory, born of years of suppressed longing. It was electric, terrifying. Sienna's mind screamed warnings. What about her family? Her devout Catholic parents who quoted Bible verses about traditional marriage? The siblings who expected her to settle down with a nice guy? But the pull was stronger. They spent the afternoon talking, unraveling threads of denial. Lorelai shared stories of her past flings, the isolation of hiding her identity in a world that still judged. Sienna admitted her own confusion, the pressure to conform that had left her empty. As evening fell, reality intruded. Sienna's phone buzzed with a text from her mother. "When are you coming home for Thanksgiving? Bring a date this time." Guilt twisted in her gut. This wasn't just about them. It was a war with expectations. Lorelai sensed it. "We don't have to rush." "But Sienna, this feels right." Sienna nodded, but inside turmoil brewed. Was she ready to trade her family's approval for this? The night ended with them curled on the couch, hands intertwined, but sleep evaded Sienna. She replayed the kiss, the confession, weighing the joy against the impending storm. How could something so pure feel like betrayal? The next days blurred into a whirlwind of stolen moments. Coffee runs turned intimate, walks in the park laced with meaningful glances. But secrecy weighed heavy. At work, Sienna dodged questions about her glow. Lorelai faced her own battles. A colleague's offhand joke about those lesbians in the office made her flinch, a reminder of societal scorn. They agreed to keep it quiet, testing the waters. Yet doubts crept in. Sienna's inner voice whispered accusations. "You're selfish. You'll hurt everyone." Lorelai battled her own demons. Past heartbreaks where partners chose denial over authenticity. "What if you regret this?" she asked one night, voice trembling. Their first real date was a quiet dinner at a hidden bistro. Candlelight flickered but tension simmered. Sienna confessed her fears. "My family. They won't understand." Dad still thinks being gay is a phase. Lorelai squeezed her hand. We face it together. But only if you're sure. Sienna wasn't. That night, lying awake, she imagined the fallout. Disapproving stares, silent treatments. Yet, the alternative, suppressing her feelings again, felt like suffocation. She chose to dive deeper, ignoring the cracks forming in her resolve. Weeks passed, their bond strengthening amid whispers and hidden touches. But cracks appeared. A mutual friend, oblivious, set Sienna up on a blind date with a guy. Lorelai's jealousy flared. Unspoken but palpable. Go if you want, she said coolly, but her eyes betrayed hurt. Sienna cancelled, but the incident lingered, a seed of doubt. Internally, Sienna wrestled. Was this love worth the isolation? Lorelai pondered. Could she trust Sienna not to bail when pressure mounted? One evening, as rain pattered against the windows, they argued for the first time. You're pulling away, Lorelai accused. Is it because of what people might think? Sienna snapped back. You don't get it. My family's everything to me. The words hung, a chasm opening. They reconciled with apologies, but the damage was done. Sienna lay in bed, thoughts swirling. How much was she willing to sacrifice? The answer terrified her. The secrecy began to chafe like an ill-fitting collar. Sienna and Lorelai navigated their new reality with caution, but the world intruded relentlessly. At a weekend brunch with friends, casual banter turned probing. Sienna, you're always with Lorelai lately. You two dating or what? A friend joked. Laughter erupted, but Sienna's smile faltered. Inside, panic surged. Deny? Deflect? She chose the latter. Best friends forever, right? Lorelai's grip tightened under the table. A silent plea mixed with resentment. That night, alone in her apartment, Sienna stared at the ceiling. Why couldn't she own this? Fear of judgment, of losing the normalcy she'd clung to. Her mind raced through scenarios. Friends drifting away, whispers behind her back. Was love supposed to feel this isolating? Lorelai, meanwhile, grappled with her own turmoil. Her work exposed her to stories of queer youth rejected by families, fueling her determination to live openly. But for Sienna's sake, she compromised. I can wait, she told herself, but impatience gnawed. A call from her own mother, supportive and open, highlighted the contrast. Bring her home sometime, her mom said, assuming the relationship. Lorelai hung up, envy twisting her heart. Why couldn't Sienna have that? The inequality bred frustration. One afternoon, walking hand in hand in a secluded park, Lorelai broached it. When do we tell people? Sienna hesitated. Soon. I need time. Lorelai nodded, but doubt festered. Was Sienna ashamed? Thanksgiving loomed like a storm cloud. Sienna booked a flight home alone. It's too soon, she explained to Lorelai. Hurt flashed in Lorelai's eyes. Am I your dirty secret? The accusation stung. Sienna's defense crumbled into tears. I'm scared. My parents. They disown me. Lorelai softened, pulling her close. We'll figure it out. But the seed of betrayal sprouted. Sienna boarded the plane, guilt her companion. At home the facade cracked. Her mother's questions about boyfriends probed like knives. You're not getting younger, dear. Sienna nodded, stomach churning. Inside, she screamed. I love someone, but you'd hate her. Dinner conversations veered into politics. Her father's rant about traditional values in America. How the gays are pushing agendas. Sienna bit her tongue, but rage simmered. Was this the family she idolized? Back in Seattle, reunion with Lorelai was bittersweet. They made love, not in passion but in quiet affirmation. Yet Sienna's distraction lingered. Lorelai noticed. What happened there? Sienna confessed the homophobic undertones. It made me realize how much I'd lose. Lorelai's face hardened. So what? We end this. No, Sienna insisted, but the argument escalated. You're choosing them over us. Lorelai yelled. Sienna retorted. It's not that simple. They parted angry, the first night apart in weeks. Sienna paced her room, thoughts colliding. Loyalty to family or to her heart? The cost felt astronomical. Reconciliation came slowly. A heartfelt text from Lorelai. I love you. Let's talk. They met at their favorite cafe, apologies flowing. But underlying tension remained. Sienna proposed a compromise. Tell a few trusted friends first. Lorelai agreed, wary. The reveal to their inner circle was mixed. Support from some, awkward silences from others. One friend, conservative like Sienna's family, distanced herself. I just don't get it, she said. The rejection stung Sienna. A preview of worse to come. Internally she questioned. Was this worth the pain? Lorelai, sensing her wavering, pushed gently. We can't hide forever. Christmas brought new pressures. Lorelai invited Sienna to Portland. Meet my family. See what acceptance looks like. Sienna went, nervous. Lorelai's parents welcomed her warmly, no judgments. Over dinner, stories of Lorelai's coming out flowed freely. Envy gripped Sienna. Why couldn't hers be like this? Back home, the contrast fueled resolve, but also resentment. Why did Lorelai get the easy path? The thought shamed her, but it lingered. A turning point came at a New Year's party. Alcohol loosened tongues. A drunk acquaintance outed them accidentally. Whispers spread. Sienna panicked, denying it. Lorelai overheard. Betrayal etching her features. You denied us? She confronted later. Sienna sobbed. I wasn't ready. The fight was brutal. Lorelai stormed out, leaving Sienna in ruins. Alone, Sienna confronted her cowardice. How long could she straddle two worlds? The price of indecision was losing Lorelai. Days of silence followed. Sienna's work suffered. Focus eluded her. Calls from home went unanswered, guilt compounding. Finally, a knock at her door, Lorelai, eyes red. I can't do halfway. Sienna pulled her in, vowing change. But deep down, she knew the real battle loomed. Family. The decision to come out to Sienna's family crystallized after a dream. Her parents turning away, faces twisted in disgust. Waking in sweat, she resolved. No more hiding. Lorelai supported but cautioned. It might not go well. Sienna knew, but the alternative, losing Lorelai, was unbearable. They planned a visit to Chicago, Sienna's heart a battlefield. On the flight, doubts assaulted. What if they rejected her? Cut her off? Her mind replayed childhood memories. Family vacations, supportive hugs. Could love turn to hate so easily? Arrival was tense. Her parents greeted warmly, oblivious. Over dinner, small talk masked the storm. Sienna's siblings, brother Mark, sister Elena, joined the table lively. But inside, Sienna rehearsed words. Mom, Dad, I'm in love with Lorelai. The moment came after dessert. I have something to say. Silence fell. She spilled it, her feelings, the relationship. Shock rippled. Her mother's face paled. What? But, you're not gay. Denial. Her father stood, voice booming. This is a choice, Sienna. A sinful one. Bible quotes flew. Mark defended weakly. Maybe it's a phase. Elena started, silent. Lorelai squeezed Sienna's hand under the table, but the onslaught continued. We raised you better, her mother cried. What will people think? Societal shame poured out, neighbors, church friends. Sienna's defenses crumbled. It's who I am. But doubt crept. Was it? The argument escalated. Her father demanded Lorelai leave. She's corrupting you. Lorelai stood firm. I love your daughter. Chaos ensued, yelling, tears. Sienna's world shattered. They left, hotel-bound, Sienna numb. Inside, betrayal stung. Her family's love felt conditional. Back in Seattle, fallout intensified. Calls from home. Ultimatums. End it or don't come back. Sienna's heart tore. Lorelai comforted, but resentment built. They don't deserve you. Sienna snapped. They're my family. The rift widened. Friends divided, some supportive, others judgmental. At work, rumors spread. A promotion slipped away, bias suspected. Sienna's inner monologue raged. Why me? What did I do wrong? Lorelai faced her own backlash. A client refused service upon learning her orientation. Bigot, she muttered, but it hurt. A betrayal deepened the wound. Elena, Sienna's sister, called secretly. I support you. But quietly. Then she leaked details to extended family. Gossip exploding. Sienna confronted her. Why? Elena admitted fear of association. It affects us all. The sibling bond fractured. Sienna felt utterly alone, questioning every choice. Had coming out been a mistake? Lorelai urged therapy, but Sienna resisted, drowning in self-pity. High drama peaked at a family intervention. Parents flew in, ambushing. "We're here to save you." Prayers, pleas, accusations. Lorelai was villainized. "She's manipulating you." Sienna defended fiercely, but cracks showed. In a moment of weakness, she wavered. "Maybe we need a break." Lorelai's face crumpled. "After everything?" She left, slamming the door. Sienna collapsed, regret immediate. Her family's satisfaction sickened her. Alone, she pondered the cost. Love or blood? The choice felt impossible. Reaching out to Lorelai yielded silence. Days turned weeks. Sienna's mental health plummeted. Sleepless nights, appetite gone. Work placed her on leave. Internally, accusations flew. Coward. Traitor. A call from her father. "Come home. We'll fix this." Temptation tugged. Return to normalcy, deny her truth. But memories of Lorelai's touch, her laugh, anchored her. Was surrender worth the peace? Isolation enveloped Sienna like fog. Without Lorelai, days blurred into regret. She replayed the intervention, her wavering words a knife twist. Why had she buckled? Fear ingrained from years of pleasing others. Her mind looped. You've lost everything. Family estranged, love shattered. Attempts to reconcile with parents failed. Emails ignored, calls blocked. Mark reached out once. Give them time. But time healed nothing. It festered wounds. Lorelai's absence amplified the void. Sienna stalked her social media, seeing posts of resilience. Lorelai at protests, advocating for LGBTQ rights. Envy mixed with pride. She's stronger without me, Sienna thought bitterly. A mutual friend mediated. She misses you, but she's hurt. Sienna drafted apologies, deleted them. Pride warred with desperation. Finally, a letter. I was wrong. I choose us. Sent but no reply. The weight agonized, self-doubt rampant. Did she deserve forgiveness? Societal pressures compounded. News headlines screamed debates on gay rights. Bills restricting, protests erupting. Sienna joined a support group, hearing stories mirroring hers. Rejection, mending. One woman's tale of choosing family over love haunted her. I regret it every day. Inspiration struck, fight back. But inertia held. At work, returning to stairs, she quit, seeking a fresh start. The move symbolized rebirth, but loneliness persisted. A chance encounter twisted the knife. At a cafe, Sienna spotted Lorelai with another woman, laughing close. Jealousy surged. Was this revenge? Confrontation followed. Moving on already? Lorelai's eyes flashed anger. You pushed me away. Truth spilled. The woman was a friend, but hurt lingered. They argued publicly, drawing stares. You chose them. Lorelai accused. Sienna countered. I was scared. Reconciliation teetered, but pride won. They parted, wounds reopened. The beating compounded when Sienna's mother called unexpectedly. We miss you. But only if you change. Ultimatum renewed. Sienna's resolve cracked momentarily. End the pain, conform. But inner voice rebelled. That's not living. She hung up, tears flowing. Therapy finally beckoned. Sessions unearthed buried traumas, childhood expectations, suppressed identity. You're paying the price for authenticity, the therapist said. Sienna nodded, but the cost felt steep. Lorelai's perspective haunted her dreams. What sacrifices had she made? Uprooting life for Sienna, facing backlash. Guilt overwhelmed. A bold move, showing up at Lorelai's work. I can't lose you. Lorelai's guard held. Prove it. Challenge accepted. Sienna cut ties with unsupportive family, blocking numbers. Freedom terrified but empowered. I'm all in, she declared. Reunion was tentative, dinners, talks rebuilding trust. But scars remained. A family event invitation arrived, Elena's wedding. Come alone, the note implied. Sienna declined, choosing Lorelai. The decision liberated but mourned lost bonds. Internally she weighed. Was isolation the price of truth? Healing was gradual, a mosaic of small victories. Sienna and Lorelai rebuilt, therapy aiding. They moved in together, a sanctuary amid chaos. Friends rallied, forming a chosen family. Work flourished for both. Sienna freelancing, Lorelai promoted. But shadows lingered. Holidays stung without blood relatives. Sienna's birthday passed with a single card from Mark. Thinking of you. Reconciliation tempted, but conditions deterred. A pivotal moment. Lorelai proposed subtly, a ring in a quiet park. "Will you fight with me?" Tears flowed, Sienna accepted. Joy mingled with sorrow, no family to share. Planning the wedding amplified conflicts. Invites to Sienna's parents went unanswered. Elena called. "Don't come. It'll ruin it." Sienna's wedding? The hypocrisy burned. She attended Elena's anyway, Lorelai by her side defying stares. Confrontations erupted. Father's cold shoulder, mother's tears. "Why flaunt it?" Sienna retorted. "Why hide love?" The event ended in ejection, but empowerment surged. "We're done apologizing," Lorelai said. Societal awakening followed. They volunteered at Pride events, stories inspiring others. Sienna's inner peace grew, but questions persisted. Had she betrayed her roots? Or honored her truth? A letter to parents. "I love you, but I love myself more." No response, but closure came. Years blurred. Their bond solidified. Challenges arose. Adoption dreams dashed by biases, but they persisted. Reflection deepened. The journey's toll. Lost relationships, emotional scars. Yet growth emerged. Sienna pondered. Was the pain worth the freedom? In the end, as they sat watching the sunset, hand in hand, the question lingered for all who heard their story. Was choosing personal happiness over familial duty a selfish act, or the ultimate form of courage?